Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. We're on day 24, and it's been such an amazing, such an exciting journey to come here and talk to you every single day. I mean, we've already crossed the number that it takes to ideally build a habit that's 21 days. We're on day 24. So, for you and for me, this has now become a daily little ritual where for 15 minutes every day, we come here to learn, to grow, to keep moving forward in our lives. And it's an honor to have you here. It's an honor to continue on this journey with you. So, even if today is your first time here, don't worry, you're in the right place because in every single one of these life breakthrough sessions, we cover a new concept that's linked to the past ones but not dependent on them. So, even if today's your first session, it's going to make complete sense to you. Just stay here till the end and keep tuning in every single day. And today I was thinking, I want to talk about something that's very powerful, very important, and something that we all want, but often we don't get the clarity on how we can make it happen. And that is becoming a winner in our lives. You see, if you ask the question to anybody in any part of the world, do you want to win at life? Do you want to achieve your goals? Do you want to become successful? Guess what everybody will answer? Of course they're going to say yes, I want to do that, I want to make it happen. But then you look at the reality. How many people actually do make it happen? Now that number is so much different than the number of people who say they want success but they never get it. It's like this. Imagine, we know the iceberg story, right? That in iceberg you can only see the tip, but below it, underneath the ocean, there's a much, much, much bigger piece of ice. Well, when it comes to success, the people who want success, they're in that bottom 90% of the iceberg, never visible, never at the top. The people who get it are the top 10%. That's a tiny but visible part of the iceberg. Now, everybody aspires to be there, but does everybody get there? The reality of it is, no, they don't. And we might say there are many different reasons for it. There's social reasons, there's economic reasons, there's political reasons, and there's so much more that define whether a person succeeds or lives a good life or not. And if you have to go and dive into all these alternatives and variables, we'd have a pretty confusing story on our hands. We wouldn't know what to do. And the worst part about that analysis is we shift the blame of our failure on someone else, of our lack of achievement on something outside ourselves, and essentially we declare, I'm helpless. It's because of all these reasons and all these worries and all these problems and all these socioeconomic conditions in my life that I cannot succeed, that I cannot move forward. But actually, that's not true, because if you look at the stories of people who've made it big, the stories of people who have really grown to the next level in their lives, they haven't always come with a silver spoon. They haven't had the best of circumstances. They have actually had worse challenges and worse circumstances than we can sometimes even imagine. So, if a person can rise from that and go to the top 10%, you and me, we have no excuse. Because if you're watching this video, if you're on the internet, if you are right here connected on YouTube, that means you have access to two things. And that's one, technology, and the second, the internet, which is literally opening up the world to you. And so, there, all these excuses or reasons or justifications for a lack of success, they are invalid. Because as long as you have these modern facilities, you have the ability to achieve any kind of success in your life. The question is, do you really want to? Now, there's a difference between do you want to and do you really want to? Because that middle word really conveys willingness. You see, with the 90% of people, it's not a challenge of wanting winning and wanting success and wanting achievement that's a problem. All of them want it. The problem is not everybody is willing to do the work for it, to put in the efforts for it, to do the commitment for it, to say no to the other things for it, for their goal, for their dream, for their passion, for their vision, whatever it may be, whatever the core intention may be, that doesn't matter. But if you study the lives of people who've made it big, this is the pattern you'll see everywhere, that commitment and consistency and devotion were their core principles. And it makes sense because if you think about it, we have so much of our energies scattering around everywhere, right? The biggest places inside our heads, in our minds, in the scenarios we create, in the conversations we replay. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on inside our heads. But my question to you is, that stuff, is that serving you or is that limiting you? Think about it really. After all, you only have so much energy left in a day, right? You can't create unlimited amounts of it because your body is a certain way, your mind's a certain way. The way you function every day is a specific set of actions that give you certain energy that you can use to put towards the things that matter to you. Now, if most of that energy is only going into things that do not matter, it's going into overthinking, it's going into worry, it's going into so many tiny but inconsequential things in life, that when your goals demand your energy from you, you only have about 10-20% left. And then you feel exhausted as you do your work. Then you feel worried as you think about all the things you have to get done. Then you look at the big goal and then you feel, can I even do it? Why? Because that goal is demanding, let's say, level 100 of energy from you. You're only at level 10 or 20. Are you seeing the gap there? As long as that gap exists, achievement will remain a delusion. As long as that gap between the energy you have and the energy you actually give to the work is there, as long as there's a difference, well, there's going to be a difference in the success that you achieve regardless of your efforts. So many people misunderstand me when I say this because they believe, oh, so what Prabhsimrat is saying is, if I want to be a winner, I have to really, 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 really work hard. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, how's your energy when you're doing the work? How are you feeling? How focused and aligned and present are you to this moment? You see, we live our lives inside our heads, missing the moment that exists here. And so the work that is not even difficult starts to feel like hard work because we are living on depleted resources. We are functioning at a 20% capacity of energy. And so, of course, we're going to be overwhelmed. Of course, we're going to feel challenged. Of course, we're going to get anxious. Of course, we're going to feel like things are so difficult and that success is not something that I can achieve and that I cannot be a winner. That's a cop out for having that low energy in life. That's a cop out for sticking to the comfort zone that you have built around you by not giving your all to the work that you do or to the goal that you have at hand or to the task that is important to you. Doesn't matter if it's just your career or your relationships or your health or your finances or any other area of your life. That doesn't matter. What matters is your commitment, your consistency, and your devotion to the goal, your devotion to the target. And study any successful person, you'll see this pattern. They don't give up easily. They're not beaten down by challenges. Rejections do not affect their morale. Why? Not because they're superhumans who have somehow figured out a way to be immune to human emotions. No, but because they've become aware of one simple fact: I'm in control of my energy, and the direction my energy takes is the direction my life will take. Remember this: the direction my energy takes is the direction my life will take. And if every single day my energy is going into negativity and desperation and worry and unnecessary thoughts and unnecessary confusions, and the real work that I'm doing is just this much, well, then I cannot expect myself to be a winner. I cannot expect myself to get out of the below of the 90% iceberg and actually enter the top 10. You see, every moment of our lives, we are making a choice. Whether we're going to be present, whether we're going to use our energy effectively, or whether we are going to waste our energy. But that's a choice we always make, because no matter what you do, you're always expending your energy. So all you need to do to be a winner, the only thing you need to unlock that winner inside you, who literally aces every single goal, every single target, every single vision that you have in your life, is to become a master at directing your energy. That's it. Otherwise, everything else that's there, like discipline and consistency and visioning and team building and scaling and building habits and so much more is there on top of it as a layer, so many priority management things. But don't worry about all those big tasks right now, or the specific things you need to do in your domain. The question you have to ask yourself is, all of that I'll manage, can I manage my energy first at least? Because if you can be a master of that, then come what may, you are sorted, you are clear, you'll be able to take action and communicate effectively with the people that are around you. Present yourself clearly, chase your goals with that vision, with that clarity, with that focus, with that drive. And when people see that passion in you, they'll come and become your supporters. They will be the people who are vouching even harder for you than you yourself are. As a coach, as a speaker, as a trainer, the one thing I've always, you could say, not struggled, but stumbled upon, sometimes I fall, sometimes I get up, sometimes I do it more, sometimes I do it less, has been managing my energy. Sometimes I just go down with the flow and my energy is negative and my thoughts are going in a different direction. But the best part is, as I've gotten the wisdom and the awareness through coaching other people, through coaching myself, I don't go there that often. And if I ever do, I get out like this. I'm back to the higher energy zone. And that's why when I'm speaking to you here right now, different thoughts may be coming to my mind. Am I paying attention to those thoughts? No, because I know for a fact that if you're here and if I'm valuing your time, I'm going to have to serve you with that full intention, with that full focus, and with my full energy. And that's why, regardless of the engagement in the chat box, regardless of how many people have seen this live stream, by the end of the live stream, I am a winner in my head, because I know I have given my best. I know my energy has been aligned to the fullest. And through all the serving that I've been doing as a coach, through all the help that I've been doing, through all the impact that I've been creating for hundreds and hundreds of people, now there's a stage where, let's say, I discuss a goal with my friends, or I discuss a goal with some members in my community, or I talk about something big I want to achieve. Even more than me, there are people who support me and say, oh, you're just going to make it happen, you're so good at what you do. Now that confidence, that belief, that isn't accidental, that's intentional, that's created, that's cultivated, not by me doing some mind tricks on people, but by me just being so good, so focused, so clear on what I do, that there's no option but to be a winner. Make this your standard. There's no option for me but to be a winner. Now, how to do that? I have no idea. It's okay if you have no idea, but set that intention in your head that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be a winner. I'm gonna make it big. I don't know how, I don't care. I just know it's gonna happen. Act from that energy every day, and you will be amazed at how quickly doors open, at how quickly paths emerge, at how you become a magnet for opportunities, a magnet for success, a magnet for growth. It's all possible. It's all there. It's right here for you to see. It's right here for you to tap into. Why? Because it is within. It's not out there. It's not a hack that someone can tell you and just say, okay, implement this, you're going to succeed. It's not a pill that you can take to suddenly activate hyper performance and achieve your goals and do great and incredible things. No, it's an intentional choice you make every day. And sometimes you'll slip up. Sometimes you really will go into that low energy and be like, today I don't want to work on anything at all. It's okay. Allow yourself that bad day. Allow yourself that moment. Just know you're making a choice. Don't blame it on someone else. Don't blame it on the situation. Say that yes, the situation is difficult, and I'm choosing to feel frustrated and irritated and pissed at it right now, and I'm okay with that with choice. Why? Because the negative feeling is not bad. Denial of the negative feeling is bad. The negative energy is not bad. The denial and the blame and the justification of the negative energy is bad. Don't create the cycle. Just let it be what it is. And the moment that happens, you are free to become your best self. You've freed yourself from the energy that gets sucked inside your head. And now, if your goal demands 100, you are ready to give 110. And that's when things start happening for you like magic. But it's not going to be magic. It's going to be intentional. It's going to be created by you with your energy, with your focus. So tonight, I want you to sit with this thought. Not just sit with it, but ask yourself, where are my biggest energy leaks, and what can I do to redirect them, or to stop them, or to start focusing and aligning my energy to the things that matter the most. Figure that out for yourself. See what's important for you, and you will be amazed at the level of depth, clarity, intention, and awareness you create. You will be your best self when you align to your goals in the strategic, powerful, and clear way. You're going to be the winner of your life, come what may, because this energy will give you the strength to face the toughest challenges as well, not with irritation or worry, but with grace, peace, and calmness. And that's the true hallmark of a winner. That's the hallmark of a leader. Not someone who's there in the good times, but someone who's calm, composed, and sorted even when crisis hits. And you become that person when you feel sorted within. So take this energy with you tonight. Sleep with this clarity, sleep with this confidence. And I'll see you once again tomorrow at the same time. That is 8:30 p.m. Bye bye. See you soon.